Someone just tried almost like brushed up against me, way too close. That guy right there. It's 6:17, so really only got to go for 40 minutes. Hilarious. The first 15 minutes in the sauna, it was like pretty chill vibes. Everyone was just talking about like how the sauna wasn't working, elements, it was like dead cold, and 2 weeks is the first time it was dead cold. I'm like, hey, yeah, just put water on that little sensor up there. And one guy's, oh, I didn't know that, I've been coming here for 7 months, this and that. I'm like, yeah, dude, just make sure you don't turn it on or do it too much. And just talking about how Squamort guys like taught me everything I know, and the 530 guys, and just shooting shit. And then some people left, and then after that, then it was just like intimidation. Commonwealth, everything's working there. It's nice, the atmosphere, like trying to convince me to like go somewhere else kind of thing, right? Hilarious. Why, are you guys gonna stab me in the fucking shower here? That women couple, there's a woman that went in there and stuff and saying how, oh, it's like hotter outside than it is in here. So fucking dumb. And then she just walks away. Back in there now, and the first conversation is it makes you think on why you would want to join a group, or what makes someone want to be a part of a group. Are you born into it, or this or that? This is the start of the conversation. While there's only 3 guys in there, and they're all in the 3 different corners. soon as I walk in there, the guy with the mustache in the corner is like, "Oh, there's lots of clubs. There's motorcycle clubs. There's horse riding clubs." That same person with the mustache is now talking about third-degree Mason, how it's like every year is like a degree or something like that. I don't know nothing about any of that kind of shit. Kind of hilarious.
You know, the door opening and closing being like common. Anyway, yeah, for another $10,000. See, the 33rd degree isn't something that you study for or anything like that. It's conferred upon you. And the way it's conferred upon you is you give them $10,000, you're a 33rd degree Mason.
Sounds easy.
Guess what? They ain't gonna get it from me.
No, but sometimes that's easy than having to like jump through some hoop or pass some.
Once my dad died, look, buddies, you're gonna have to write off all those dues and crap like that, because I ain't paying.
What happens to that money? What is it used for?
What?
If you were to pay $10,000 for your 33rd degree.
Well,
Is that just
it's
pay
questionable.
the mortgage?
There's supposed to be a whole lot of that goes to the crippled children.
Okay, so like
When
the
the
Lions
they got a
Club?
burn unit, crippled children.
Like the Lions Club with Kiwanis or something? Or Shriners?
Well, Shriners is 32nd degree Mason and above.
Okay.
You don't get to be a Shriner if you're a 30.
Okay, so Shriner is an advanced Mason. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they had similar symbols and stuff. I was wondering. The Fez and the Saber.
South Lodge downtown, just beside Chinatown, is pretty impressive, eh?
Yeah, I've been to Lodge.
What's the nicest one in Canada? Does anyone know?
The nicest what clothes?
Mason Lodge? Is Verona?
What's that? I didn't hear you.
I would guess the one in Montreal. You know, it's the oldest, most established cultural city, right? It probably has the nicest Mason Lodge, I would guess. Toronto, maybe.
Did you go to university?
Pardon me?
Did you go to university?
No. I didn't have the patience for that.
I had the patience. I didn't have the money, so I just went there and stole education. Now I have it, and I understand why most of them aren't getting it.
Well, you gotta remember though, like 50 years ago, when we graduated high school, that was equivalent to a bachelor's degree, right?
Oh man.
And so everybody's advanced. So everybody with a bachelor's degree is now the high school graduate. You need a master's degree now to be a bachelor. Right? To be what a bachelor's
See,
degree used to
that bugged the living shit out of me. My daughter sent her to school, and she wants me to help her with her homework. So I'm helping her with her homework, and there is no math. None.
Machines think way better than we do. We don't need to guess at numbers.
How you gonna do math?
You don't need
you
to.
have calculate.
It's like blowing up a flat tire. Why wouldn't you use a pump? Same thing, right? The calculator is wonderful. Like who needs to remember the square root of 133, just in case you need it?
But if the calculator breaks down, the battery runs dead, I still know how to add, subtract, multiply.
But the problem is the battery. That's the issue. That's not the math, right, or the person. The problem is the battery.
No.
Yeah, I would say so. It's like if we had lots of firewood, but we didn't have any
He didn't know what-
matches.
He didn't know what timetables are.
Right?
Hey, how's it going? Good, how are you? Good. Yeah.
I think it's important to learn, so your brain can learn how to learn, right? So we, of course.
No.
We really should learn how to
See,
learn.
that's a complete misnomer.
Yeah.
People don't understand that shit. Here's the way it is. We are born learning instruments.
Yeah, we absorb everything.
We absorb everything. But you go to school and they teach you not to. Before I went to school, I had an older brother and an older sister.
Yeah.
He was 6 years older, she was 5 years old. I learned to read and write left-handed from him, because my older brother was left-handed. I learned to write right-handed from her, because she's right-handed. So, if I wanted to write something, it's out.
I think so.
I can write with both hands.
Yep, nice.
2 lines at a time. What do you want?
You probably
I
got
go
your
to
homework done.
school.
Got your homework done like that.
I go to school in the first place.
No writer's credit
They
for you.
don't want you. They sent a note home to my mom, and I read it to her. And it said, "We don't want Luther to write anymore. We want him to learn to use crayons." I'm fucking colorblind.
What grade was this?
Kindergarten.
Okay, well, probably you were proceeding too fast. They thought the next day you were going to bring a microscope to school or something.
Why is everyone that's older than me that comes into this sauna and okay is jacked? You guys are all more jacked than me. Everyone, like I'm 37. And I seen some guy 2 weeks ago, and he's like the size of the Hulk.
Well, you'll tend to see that at a gym, right? Guys in better shape. Look at the average pot. Go stand in Dallas Pro.
I haven't worked out in 10 years.
I've been going to this sauna for like 10 years across 4 provinces, and I think this is the only demographic where I see seniors that are all jacked.
I've been noticing that a lot, but like in a lot of places that I've lived, most of the people are not. This is a rarity here. There's
Well, the one guy said that the one that was like beside the Hulk, he said he won like Mr. Canada or some shit 4 years in a row.
no. There you go. Now me, I just work.
Well, Victoria's a magnet for successful people in general too, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to see a concentration of just overall more successful in all areas, right? Including physical health and whatever.
That's what I'm getting at. It's good to see.
So the burners are out, eh?
Well, one of them was working a little while ago, wasn't it?
They're both out because I put water on that sensor.
Both
Both of them are
We're
out.
about to?
Both of them are out.
Yeah, the ones on this side have been dead. The ones on your side, these two,
Yeah, are out.
they should be still working.
The hot tub's open
No,
at
they're-
7 though.
they're-
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
working, not necessarily on. She's gotta go in there and push that button.
I think she just did.
I was gonna say, I could stay in a little longer.
So these coils will work, but it's a sensoring issue. What's going on? Is that the case?
Well, no, somebody poured water on it and
You actually
filled
get
up
in
half
advance the waterproof coil. Like, isn't that you just the answer to a sauna? It's like a waterproof windshield wiper. Amazing. I mean, I've seen them like fry turkeys in fat and oil. Why can't you get a coil like that?
I think they also are just not resetting it. Because it's like broken, they don't really care anymore. Put one button.
You know, like that machine where it just goes.
Or hey, maybe we could even just get some cranks on the wall, and we all just take turns generating heat. And then the sauna could just stay hot all the time. We have a thermometer in there, and it's like, hey, it's dropping a degree. Whose turn is it?
Oh, yeah. They're not gonna put a thermometer back in here.
And then it's like, you know, it's amazing. Hey, you got like everybody's up there pedaling and rowing. There's enough energy to run all the lights of this whole building. It's just going right down their feet.
You wanna go see? Okay.
Well, if they did that, then they might have to start reimbursing some
That's
money
right.
for
Oh, that's right.
entrances, right?
That's right, you get a free membership if you get on the bike and pedal for 6 hours a month. Because you're producing enough hydro to save them, you know, whatever, $75 in hydro bill, right? And they give you, they split it with you. So you get a free membership and they send you a little dividend, $400 at the
See,
end of
now
the year.
you just said one of the filthiest phrases in Oak Bay.
What, split?
Split it with.
That's didn't mean to swear, sorry.
Yeah, you can get charged for slander and all kinds of stuff.
You did well.
I heard an accent. Where are you from, bro? East Coaster?
Which bro?
This bro up here.
Cape Breton Island, me.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just joking. Hamilton.
Hamilton?
No.
Hammertown?
What's that?
Hammertown?
Steeltown. I don't know anyone hammers. That's all. They just changed that when the steel disappeared.
Hamilton.
They didn't know what to
lower,
call
bro.
it. They didn't know how to call what to call it when the steel town disappeared. There's 30,000 steel workers there at one point. Now there's 1,000.
Gang, gang.
So it doesn't make sense to call it steel town anymore, does it?
Yeah, they don't call Pittsburgh Steel Town anymore either.
Yeah, exactly. So they came up with the hammer. So that was after my time. I left there in '86.
Oh, so yeah.
But it was still a dump.
Lower Hamilton has the worst roads I've ever driven on in my 20 years of class 1 driving.
Well, there's two good reasons for that.
Oh yeah, I know.
No, there, right? We have
Rafasco.
no, because it's right on the lake there.
Yeah.
What you have is you have weather fluctuations like this. You get hot, cold, and you got a lot of trucks on the road.
True.
Right? So you've got a lot of pressure and damage and weather fluctuations that cause heaving and stuff. Yeah, that's the excuse for Hamilton.
Well, I was driving tanker B trains hauling fuel,
Yeah.
and if you go too fast, you bust springs when you're loaded. That's how bad the fucking road is.
What, down that way, Hamilton? Is that where you were touring?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's Suncor Energy right next to it.
Sunco.
Suncor.
Suncor.
Is there?
Sunoco? I'm sure there is. There's like
Sunoco,
700 plants here. I can't remember them all, but
You know Petro Canada, right?
down there towards the Steel Car, National Slag, and all that. National Steel Car and International Slag, is it?
Yeah, there's all the refineries.
Yeah, down towards the Parkdale Works area, down that corner. Okay. Alright, but anyway, that's the east end of the city.
I only had like 6 months experience driving. I remember like coming from like the east end of Toronto, like going down there, I had to buy like a separate map book. It was a long time ago. Like, I didn't have like GPS back then, so I bought like a map book because it was upper and lower. I was trying to go like the gas stations and shit. And I think it was still expensive to buy like one of those like old Garmin GPSs because it was expensive to buy like a commercial truck route because most of it would take you down like the wrong routes. So
Yeah,
it was
you drive like your
useless.
car,
Yeah, it was useless to me, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
the good old days.
Well, what did she say?
She turned it up.
Sweet, thanks, bro.
You're going in the room.
She says some of the rocks are broken right now.
Some of the rocks.
Yeah.
How are they ever going to be fixed? they're not broken, they're just more than there was. The rocks are broken.
I think what she means is that
They arrived broken.
what she means is the sauna is on the rocks.
Yeah.
No, it just means you have to stay in here a lot longer.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
You guys are all Masons? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Yeah, why are you even in here during a meeting?
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're all Masons. What are you doing in here?
I was wondering about that building. I asked Chat. Have you used Chat GPT?
What's that?
Chat GPT or
No.
GPT?
What does GBT mean?
It's like, you know how you type things into like Google? Well, you-
Okay, with
there's like this-
GBT, what does that stand for? I hear it all the time, GPT. What does that stand for?
Good question.
Google Backtalk.
GBT.
But it's like an AI service, and they're on like 3.1
Yeah, okay. And why would anybody need that?
What?
Like, I can understand, like, unless I need
Well, I'm
to
pretty
look-
stupid, so like I like asking questions. I don't have any friends or family, so.
I mean, after, like, other than a letter that says, you know, November 21st, dear Jim, like, where do you need that fake stuff for? Why do people need it?
Well,
I don't get
the other morning I said, hey, can you say something nice to me? And it said that you matter in the world and like this and that. It said me some like really nice things actually.
Oh, it,
for us.
Stuart
it's a
Small.
program that'll talk to you.
Give you Stuart
Yeah, but it's
Small.
like really smart though, and like I
It-
literally.
So it placated, it listened to what you had to say, it placated you, but
Let's
did
move
not
it deeper.
offer you
It's like a
any-
robot
I
girlfriend.
was reviewing I was reviewing two purifiers, air purifiers. I put in two models, one versus the other, and within 2 seconds it gave me a blurb about everything, all the details about every single one, the pros and cons on them, and then it gave me a thing if you're looking for these needs, that need, this, and this, you should choose this one. If you have these needs, this, and this, choose this one.
What
In 2
criteria,
seconds,
what
gave me a blurb.
criteria does it use to decide?
Again, I told you I'm stupid, right? So
Would it be like,
that's where it
would it be
stops
like
there.
if Nike
I
and
didn't design
Adidas,
ChatGPT.
like for, like say for example, Nike and Adidas were selling shoes.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT said, well, we're gonna hire Nike to sell our shoes. Do you think they're ever gonna recommend Adidas?
Okay, but like so, Elon Musk just tweeted yesterday or something like that.
Yeah.
The fact that Microsoft, Bill Gates, is mining like the biggest like data center, like computers, like the biggest brain of AI,
Yeah.
Microsoft right now. He says they're not investing like any money anywhere else. They're only focusing everything into AI. And Google is doing it. SpaceX is doing it.
And how do you interface with AI if you don't want to? Like for example, like AI might control the temperature in here, or keep that door locked or unlocked, right? Or turn the lights on and off. But it only if I agree to participate in
Yeah,
an
so-
environment where I don't have control, does AI have control?
So okay, so right now, ChatGPT is an app that you can download from the Google Play Store
Yeah.
or the app or whatever. And once you download it, well then you're now taking part. You open up the app just like say like Google Chrome, and then you just use it freely.
Are you sure you haven't just downloaded a virus you can never get rid of?
From my experience on the internet, yeah, like
Right, you know what I mean?
Do you know what the downfall is? Feel,
sure.
which
Sure.
is human, right?
Yes. Sure.
And we're starting to lose that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
people are noticing like it's like
Yeah,
gives
you know what I mean?
brainedness.
Yeah, like feel to me is it's everything, right?
Actually, I haven't really heard anyone say it like that. Yeah, you're right. Feel, right?
It's feel. Like
Yeah.
you have to feel in a certain way. I may like this on this day, but I may not feel like it on this day after work or whatever, right? Like feel is a big one.
We've had AI for a long time. Right?
I don't
mean,
use
like
don't
when
use
they
it
recorded music is.
You know, I think where that feel will come to play is where I saw some lady that was a quadriplegic or whatever, and she couldn't walk, and they made this exoskeleton, like these legs, and she sat in this like exoskeleton wheelchair, and it controlled with like her spine or like Bluetooth and everything, and she could do everything with this.
Exoskeletons.
Yeah, and like it was controlled through wherever. So I think once AI in the brain with like Neuralink, I think.
Well, it's we're losing concepts. We're losing the ability to think. You know what I mean? Because we're going to these things and we're plugging it in instead of trying to work it out ourselves
Like back in the day when we
and
had
fail
memorized
and actually
phone numbers.
fail. Like failing's a good thing,
Sure, yeah.
right? Like it improves. If you look at it the way that sports guys
How do you?
What if you
Gain
never had
if
to?
you
What if
don't
you never
lose?
had to fail ever? Starting right from the very beginning.
Sorry?
What if you never had to fail?
But
Starting right from the very
it's
beginning.
impossible. But it's impossible.
Right now it is. But
No,
what
it's
if in the
always
future it's
impossible
possible?
because I mean, you learn to walk, you fail 100 times, right? You fall, and then all of a sudden, as an
Who is this
infant,
guy? This guy's smart. I like this.
as an infant, you learn what the parents tell you.
Well, yeah, you learn.
Don't fall.
You learn what a
Don't
hot
do
stove
this.
is,
Don't
right?
do
So
that.
you don't burn your
right?
fingers.
Yeah.
So it's
What you learn from your parents first is that no is meaningless.
No.
No. No.
No is a word you use a lot later.
No.
but yeah,
No.
failing is
No.
imperative.
Yeah, but why is that? The parents always use the word no instead of the word yes with the
Because
with the
because
option.
our brains are programmed for survival, So our brains are programmed, we have 65,000 thoughts a day.
I think parents are lazy.
Curiosity
We have
kills
65,000
I
thoughts.
think you're right.
65,000 thoughts a day, and the majority of those thoughts are negative. Okay?
Yeah,
They're
right
negative,
now,
they're
buddy.
negative
No.
thoughts, right?
Yeah.
This is what I do for a living.
Okay.
So,
What are you, a psychologist or what do you? what
no,
do you
I
do?
work with athletes.
Okay, you're like
I work with their
kinesiology?
performance,
Kinesiologist?
mind work, mindset.
So passionate, bro. Love it.
Yeah, well, it's true. Like I've seen it in action, right? Like thousands of times, and so kids learn fear really early, and fear means worry, doubt, low self-esteem, low confidence, blah 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 blah, right? And so you have to unlearn that and relearn what you had when you came into this world, right? And it's a process, and at some point in your life, whether it's right before you pass or 40 years before that, you're going to come into that crossroads, right?
I like what you said about feeling, because I feel like this sort of AI analogy is just very like, it's talking about AI as like the separation from yourself, like the
Yeah.
feeling, it's your body. As long as you're connected with your body, that idea of failure and that experience of like learning and trying again, is you're never going to be separated.
Ask AI, here's a question for you, I don't use it, but ask AI, how do you cure paralysis? And see what it comes up with for me. I had to go by feel.
You should go to the website, bro.
Well, I don't want to even
See,
entertain it.
we did that the same way.
What's that?
We did that the same way.
What's that?
The paralysis thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about feel, right? That's how I did it. Like, it's about how you feel about yourself. So, I don't know.
AI is sort of like, it's like throwing all the instruments into the ocean and then playing alligator
Yeah.
music.
The brain actually is what were they saying?
We're in the
200.
early stages, alright?
Yeah, 200. The brain itself. If people learn how to actually use the mind and the brain, it's more powerful than the biggest supercomputer.
Right, still is.
You know, and we haven't even touched what the brain can do. I mean, it's like the ocean. Right?
That 10% thing though is nonsense.
What's that?
We only use 10% of our brain. We use our entire brain.
Yes, we do.
Well,
We use
of course,
the
yeah.
entire
All
brain.
the
Yeah,
time.
we do.
The problem is
Full
that we
potential
are
of the brain.
not conscious of what the brain is doing.
Yeah, like we're not.
And so what it is your brain is this baby, right? And you haven't taught this baby to stand up and walk and do stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And that's most of the brain. Like, for example, the other day, there was a whole bunch of guys talking about psychedelics. And I'm not really an expert at it. However, I can't count how many trips I've been on.
I've done LSD and mushrooms,
Now, the thing about this is that
and they're both fun.
see, they're talking about, now they were talking about, wouldn't it be great if you could just think you're on mushrooms? Well, what you have to do first is get on a program, right? Now, Albert Hoffman designed programs for your mind, everybody's mind, to use psychedelics.
Sounds like you're talking about meditation.
Now, here's what to do. If you know that whenever you take this drug, this chemical, it immediately affects your amygdala, right? And your amygdala then tells your pineal gland to sort out whatever hallucinogen that is that you took, right? Because your body will not accept the chemical you took.
Unless it already has it present.
No. Your body will not accept that chemical. Your body will tell the body what chemical that is and to fill the body with it. And then you immediately sweat out or pee out that chemical that you took. It doesn't even get as far as your brain.
So is there a placebo to the actual thing?
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Here's what I do. You may You're my least favorite. Now, what I do is I decide that I am going on this particular type of a trip. I've got this kind of time. I sit and meditate for a while, and pretty soon I'm tripping, and I'm doing exactly what I need to do in order to open my mind to accept new things.
How do you feel?
I feel fantastic.
Love it.
I feel fantastic all the time because I do this probably every month.
I feel marvelous.
Pardon me?
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Billy Crystal. Doing Fernando Lopez. I feel marvelous.
Anyway, that's
Why are
what's
they
going on
changing
with the
movies so
world.
much now?
What's
I was
that?
watching like Spider-Man and like Adam Blacker have all these like new actors and they're changing things from
Yeah,
like,
but
the
have
way
you
it
ever
was.
seen the original Spider-Man from like 1961? Like the cartoon Peter Parker? You'd be glad they changed it, okay?
Yeah.
It was all like a red sweater with, you know, yellow pants. It's like Curious George the monkey back
We've come a long way. We've come a long way.
You should see Batman in the 1940s.
Batman in the 40s? I can just imagine.
It wasn't a cartoon.
No, but like the
Really?
It was acted out by actors.
Really? I'd never seen that.
but like I don't Mary Jane.
I'll look into that.
MJ.
Batman was not original with Adam West?
I mean, no, this is years before. Adam West was a baby.
Wow.
Sí,
Yes, I always thought that was the original. This goes to show you never
And
know.
there's and the Green Lantern, same thing. Superman, you know, you got
Christopher Reeves.
Before that,
Oh,
Who
George
was
Reeves.
it?
George Reeves was the George Reeves.
before George Reeves.
1935 was the first Superman comic.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 1935.
First time I was introduced to
Well, you know what it was? It was propaganda, right?
It was propaganda against Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, well, it was at the height
Was it
of
really?
Yeah.
yeah, and showing America's greatness and superiority. That's why.
Nikola Tesla was building
Coils.
no, he was building robots. He was building robots that would take over the world, and Superman got in there. And they wouldn't publish Superman unless he went after Nikola Tesla.
You know Elon Musk is autistic?
He's autistic. I wouldn't.
Asperger's.
Asperger's
Like
syndrome.
on the spectrum.
Actually, he has Asperger's, not autism.
Yeah, right.
Cause that's.
That's what he said. He said that on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, right. No, but he does have Asperger's.
He said, I think I'm the first person that's hosted the show with
They're
Asperger's.
two totally different things. There's just an umbrella. Yeah.
But what is the inverse of Asperger's syndrome? Just some stupid idiot. So you know, how is it even a syndrome? It should be a virtue.
I mean, there's a lot of professionals that are, where Asperger's has gone one way, where it's allowed them to hyper-focus on something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
really good.
It should only be considered a benefit. It should not be.
It is a benefit.
Not a syndrome or a condition.
Well, that's up to
right?
the person who is looking at it.
Like, 'cause I know people that don't brush their teeth and don't make their beds, but you know they can still figure out calculus and all kinds of shit, right? Trigonometry.
It's always up to the person who's doing the looking to decide whether it's a negative or a positive.
Man, what a beautiful thing to say, bro.
Yeah. It's never the thing. It's how we look at it, right? And usually it's better than what we perceive it. I mean, I have a client who has autism for 17 years. When he first started out, all he could do was count numbers. That's it. He had no conceptual thought process, right? He made it as far as minor league baseball. He was the first.
Now he's on baseball team.
Now he's on a national team.
Oh, really?
Going to play in East Asia. And he's starting to change perceptions of autism, right? So, like Einstein had autism. Einstein, the smartest man in the world,
Well, the smartest famous man.
Sure, whatever.
Einstein,
That's all I know, is
argued
he's
also
smart.
on this.
I heard actually the smartest man in America was this guy that was a bouncer in a bar in Florida. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. He had an IQ of 230. And he married this woman that was a professor with like 5 degrees. He didn't have any university. She had like 5 PhDs.
Well, I could see that because how he would get his fulfillment in life.
And he
Like,
found
he-
he found equal.
the opposite of what people expect him to do.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he just enjoyed what he did. He felt like he didn't need to use his extreme
Well,
intelligence.
it's amazing. Like this kid that I'm helping, he took a IQ test. It went off the charts, right? Like above 200. He didn't start speaking until he was 5 years old. Like it was amazing.
That's dedication.
He
To
listened.
stay quiet that long.
He listened. His first words were "oh shit."
Oh, really?
That
We
was
heard
his
that a
first-
lot. Then
first
we
words.
had to formulate those.
He watched his mom cook.
Sorry, just
And she was making cookies and dropped some on her foot. And she went, oh shit, oh shit. And then he repeated it.
Oh, nice.
And that was his first word.
Perfect.
Right?
That's sweet.
But he comes up with these amazing formulas
It's been a struggle, dude.
where we're headed in life, because he can block out all the noise. It doesn't even register. He can just see what is. And that's all pretty good. It's brilliant. Really, I love it.
It's good to see people moving forward.
Oh yeah.
Especially people that can't move forward and
Oh,
actually.
no, he just needs a little help because everybody else's perspective is initially like bully.
Well, when the world's running at full blast, right? You
Yeah.
don't have time to slow down and pull somebody along, right? That's just the nature of the world today, right? Everybody's moving so fast, there isn't time to stop.
But they don't realize the more people you help, the more you help yourself.
Yeah, we're all pulling on the same rope.
Yeah. It's like this. I describe it like this. If you have a team,
do it in public.
if you have a team of 20, right, and all 19 guys were looking out for your best interests, right, versus this other team who has one guy looking out for his own, all 19 separately, looking out for their own best interests, all 19 guys at any point in time will be looking out for one person's best interests. Over this team, you're by yourself.
Preach. Imagine.
You know what I mean?
Imagine a
Like
tug of war.
that's selflessness.
Imagine a tug of war rope that's one circle, it's attached.
Yeah.
Right? And every second person is faced the other direction, and the tug of war begins.
Yeah.
Who wins?
The strongest.
No, nobody wins. Right? Because, and that's society. Everybody's put all this effort in and nobody wins.
If nobody wins, then nobody loses.
Yep.
Well, nobody loses too, but nobody wins. Energy that doesn't produce an outcome.
We
right?
need to learn how to lose.
All
Right?
energy should be directed to an
Right?
outcome. Yeah. Even like, because then we can derive benefit. Right? So we
Well,
all-
losing is winning.
Like, so I see all these houses getting torn down.
Yep.
Fuck, all we have to do is put a truck under them and move them.
I've done
Say that
that.
to the meth lab.
That's all we have to do.
I've done that.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah.
just takes 20 grand and there's a house.
Yeah, it hurts.
Right? And so, like, why do we have to, like, be burying houses just to build, you know, I understand the
You
density.
mean use them as
I know why we get
as
rid of
new
them.
housing for homeless?
I know why we're getting rid of them. Now, why aren't we keeping them?
You're obviously not in the construction industry.
So they cost.
Well, no, I understand costs, but it's still much cheaper to refurbish a house than it is to build one, right?
Well,
I'm not discussing costs. What I'm discussing is, this building is made out of this,
Yeah.
right? Now, we want to build this at least 4 times in my working lifetime.
What?
So, what we have to do is we have to put materials in here that aren't going to last. If we wanted to
You
build
mean
houses,
built-in redundancy?
if we wanted to build houses,
Yeah.
that wooden houses that lasted the 800 plus years that the European houses last, what we would do is only cut trees down in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they grow in
Let
summer.
them season.
Yeah.
It only takes one. Spring. By the end of spring, you build a house with it. The house lasts 800 plus years.
And they aren't doing that because
Now, they,
But do you see how they're starting to
the
build houses now?
reason is
Three grand.
they want to rebuild these houses at least 4 times in a builder's working lifetime
To keep jobs going.
to keep the jobs going.
Well, I think it's more about the banks offering new mortgages.
Have you guys seen the 3D printing X's? You know how you have like a 3D printer and it does like the little like plastics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a giant scale where it's that with concrete and it does the whole base and it just does it in 2 days and it builds like a truck.
I've seen that footage, that's
Cool,
like a couple
right?
weeks ago. Looks like plasticine come together.
I mean, if we could like ramp that up, that's
Well,
kind of
there are all kinds of structural techniques. The reality of it is we live in houses that are way too big. Okay?
Made out of stuff.
How many?
that's
There's
falling
sometimes
apart whenever
15
it's put
people in
together.
this room, right? Does anybody feel crowded when there's 15 people in here?
No.
No. Why would your house be any different with you by yourself?
My
This should be
house-
what a living room is.
My house right now is
Ego.
a little bit smaller than from the door
love
to
that.
that wall. And that wall to that wall.
Is what,
Bedrooms should be
And
100.
it's only 6 feet.
A
2
bedroom
inches
doesn't
tall.
need to be more than 100 square feet.
That's my house.
A living room doesn't need to be more than about 175 square feet.
You know what a living room is? A living room is where you do stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Live.
Other than say sleep or cook.
Typically where the TV is,
Okay,
or
so
stereo.
there's this thing called a door. And whenever you step out that door,
Yeah.
there is this thing called a planet. It's fucking big.
the biggest
You can do
room in the
just about
world.
anything you want.
It's the biggest room in the world on the other side of that door.
Yeah.
Then there's a thing called weather.
You know, a phone booth doesn't feel crowded,
There's
right?
another
Because
thing called
Good thing it changes like the wind.
so
you don't feel
black.
crowded in a phone booth because it's all glass,
Go
right?
go out in it.
Well, it's hard. When it's hot, my MS
If
kicks
it
up.
was easy, they'd let girls do it. Oh, wait a minute, they do let girls do it. So it must
No,
be easy.
but when the heat, when it gets really hot, it's hard now on the MS.
Yeah.
Right? I just like want to fall over.
How do you counteract it?
Stay cool.
That's why he's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, bro does seem pretty cool.
Stay cool.
Be cool,
Right.
brother. Be cool.
You just want to maintain
It's
your.
like slushies, like see it like one of those like similar punch cards.
Watch
No, they need cooling
watch Happy
stations.
Days and focus on Fonzie.
I'm gonna start cooling stations in this city
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
and parking lots.
Sugarless. Sugarless.
Parking lots for bikes.
I feel somehow someone would ruin that.
They would try. I'm very stubborn. I like a good challenge.
Fair.
I love a good challenge. I have one right now, but I love a good challenge. Yeah, I think fear is like the biggest problem right now facing everybody. It's like that's the mother of all.
The problem with it is it's contagious.
Yeah, that's why I never treat people out of fear or like you just until you treat me like unkind, right? There's no reason to not like somebody. It's kind of weird.
But, see, fear is mongered. And it always has been.
Yeah, I mean, not the kind of fear where you're getting chased by a bear.
Well, no, the fear,
The
the
self-made
fear that you're
stuff.
getting chased by your neighbor. The fear that you're getting chased by your cop.
Oh.
You know? Those are very real things.
Yeah, and it's and do you ever notice that people mirror other people?
The thing of it is this. If you decide that I'm not even going to fear if it happens to me.
You should try that mirroring social experiment. You know how like someone yawns and other people yawn?
Yeah.
You should like try
I went
that.
like this once. Other people did it.
Yeah, well, okay, well like you should start doing that if you're somewhere and like you move something or position or do something in a different way.
Yeah.
And like see if someone next to you agrees. It happens a lot.
Yeah. People's body. If you watch people's body positions,
Yeah.
other people will start to mirror the people they're talking to. It's hilarious.
Yeah, see, but if, say, for example, you're antisocial, you won't fall for that.
Or pick up on it maybe.
I didn't pick up on it for the longest time until I read about it in college.
Well, we learned about all that stuff in sports. Like when we were like when you get to a higher level of sports in this country, the government runs it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they bring in all these professionals from God knows where to tell you different stories about different things. And so by 18, you've learned, you know, just a ton of stuff, like really stuff you can take with you in life and apply it, right? It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not just sports. It's what you going through sports to get to this other stuff.
Sports has changed a lot since I was 18.
Oh, it has. Especially recruiting.
Changed a lot.
Mr. Warning, it is not hot in here.
I know, it's so not hot in here.
They're both out.
They're both out.
I see light though, bro.
I'm
It goes
liking-
up and down.
What's that?
I literally see light right now. So
Oh, do you?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, look at there.
Oh wow, it came on. Both of them. No,
Yeah.
just one.
It's better than that.
It was like Christmas morning as a kid.
No, the one side has been out for weeks now.
Yeah, I was here yesterday. It wasn't too bad.
As long as people don't come in and out.
I've been in here for half an hour. That should tell you a lot.
Oh, really? And you're not sweating? Okay.
I've been in here.
Gone down from
I've been in here for about an hour and a
I
half.
can usually
and
only
I'm
last
sweating.
5 minutes.
Pardon me?
I can usually only last 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I've programmed myself just to sweat whenever I come in.
You do cold showers?
Yeah. But not whenever it's just warm.
No.
It's gotta be hot before I start.
I just started doing it like 6 months ago. Probably would do. But now I can't stay here long. I used to be able to do like 45 minutes, now I'm like 15, 20 when I do cold showers.
You only need a good 15.
As hot as it can possibly get in here,
The cold showers.
I usually stay in here for about 2 hours.
I like to go until my hands turn into ravens. Which is a bit better.
Yeah, the cold showers are really good for the inflammation. If you have any.
And just the whole feeling
Yeah, and
afterwards.
the heat shock therapy
Yeah.
protein.
Have you seen the Iceman?
Is it like when off?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I
So
don't
you're
know.
not talking about Utsy then?
I really want one of those steel tubs with ice. I really want to try and duck my head, but I don't.
Oh, you need one of those old steel
Yeah.
steel garbage cans.
You see, those are hard to get, but
Are they?
ice is easy. I mean, the recipe is real.
I think I've seen, they have like those like garden steel things, those tubs. I think that people are using those.
Throw in those.
Throw in a leaf blower, you got yourself a cold water bottle. Have your leaves started to fall?
What?
Your leaves on your house?
No, my house is on wheels.
Oh!
Same.
We had so many leaves this year. Our trees keep getting bigger.
Oh yeah, there's leaves everywhere.
Yeah. So it's nice. The city will come by and suck them up. You just gotta put them up.
What you really ought to do is scrape them all up into a bunch,
Yeah.
and then put wire around it,
Yeah.
and let them decompose in and around the trees that they come from. Because see, that's what trees are doing. They're recycling and fertilizing themselves.
How about deep coat the leaves look freaking yay big, the size of very long, they're massive.
That's why the leaves drop.
Huh.
Is that all the nutrients that tree spent making those leaves
Yeah.
to pull in all of that energy
Make some good mushrooms.
is supposed to drop down, decompose,
But we haven't
go back into the tree.
We have a compost.
See, they don't like teach you things like that. So that's one of the bigger problems
Yeah.
in our society.
You have to come to a sauna.
Don't teach you important stuff.
You have to come to a sauna to learn about life. We should make a book called the Sauna Confessions.
Or a podcast.
Well, I don't know. I think a book
About concessions.
Think about all the people
or
driving.
whatever title you want to give it, like sauna speeches. I don't know.
Yeah, like audiobooks are good, podcasts are popular now, bro.
Yeah. Anonymous speeches. I heard this. I heard this.
Not Oak Bay.
Sauna philosophy.
Sauna vibes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just interesting. You come here, you learn something different every time. Maybe we'll rake them up to the trunk of the tree then.
That's a good idea.
Try it
It's
out.
hard, bro.
What you do is run your lawnmower over.
What about needles? Like from needles?
Run your lawnmower over.
Yeah. Oh, mulch them up.
Mulches them up,
Yeah.
drags them into the dirt.
Yeah. Did you use a paper shredder? You could use paper.
R.I.P. paper shredder.
Yeah, use shredder.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'm gonna
It's a great
try that.
idea for shredding.
I'm gonna like pile them up like the snow, all up around the tree, and see how quickly they absorb.
Yeah, but a paper shredder isn't sharp though. It's usually just like a bunch of gears.
I'm gonna try that. Now, what about pine needles?
They did the same thing. It
Yeah.
just takes longer.
Yeah.
Because coniferous trees like bigger.
Yeah. Huh.
And it also feeds the mycelium, and the mycelium feeds you.
The fungi.
Yeah.
The fungi is actually interconnected to every single tree.
Well,
It's like a highway
The
underneath
fungi
the-
is actually the part that pops up out of the ground. The mycelium is the part that connected to everything.
That's really
It's like
interesting.
these, it's like little, nerve endings.
Yeah.
You guys hear about Paul Stamets? Paul Stamets.
Who's
Fun guy?
that? Who is it?
The fun guy?
I don't know who that
The
is.
mushroom guy?
I don't know who that is.
I thought Alan Rockefeller was funny.
He's like the mushroom guy.
Yeah, mushroom.
What did the girl mushroom say to the boy mushroom? You're a fun guy to be with. That was a good joke to walk into the sauna on, eh?
I was just out looking at mushrooms the other day.
You trying to eat any of them?
No,
No.
I don't know mushrooms that well,
Yeah, okay.
so I would have to go out with
Yeah,
practiced mycologist.
yeah. I saw some like first year, second year students that would go and like take photos of mushrooms and have to identify them. I actually thought it was like, okay, that's like a fair enough.
When I first got here in 1985, I was living at the Fizgard Arms down there on Fizgard off of Blanchard,
Yeah,
and it's kind of a flop house, so everybody kind of shows up here and there, and there was this guy that was saying, well, you like mushrooms? And I'm like, yeah, I like mushrooms. He says, well, I can go get mushrooms. We can go get mushrooms. Come on, I'll show you where mushrooms are. And so we go out, find mushrooms, and he's walking on the Parliament lawn, and they're out here spraying every day. And I'm going, dude, you don't want mushrooms that are growing here, And he says, no, these are good, So he takes them all back, and he says, okay, now here's yours. No, none of those are mine. Do you see my name on any of those? He says, no, you don't even know my name. You couldn't tell if they was. Anyway, this friend of mine says, oh, I'll take some. And I said, dude, you have no idea what you're eating. He doesn't either. And so this guy takes 2 or 3 of them, and then this friend of mine, he took a handful, and I just waited and waited, and pretty soon my friend's on the floor.
Yeah.
He's got white foam coming out of his mouth, and he's trying to swallow his tongue, and he's convulsing. So I've got a stick in his mouth, and I'm pulling his tongue out of his throat so that he can breathe. This other guy is sitting on the bunk laughing, and I'm going,
From the mushroom?
you know. And so finally it got down to the point where I could sit him in a chair, and he wasn't choking anymore. And so I go, hey man, we gotta go for a walk and get a beer. Gotta get a beer. And so we go out and go to the liquor store, the beer and wine store down the hill at the Colony there.
Yeah.
And got a couple of beer, and we were walking downtown, and he says, Luke, what? Are you Satan? And I said, no. I'm totally different demon. And he says, you're not Satan. I said, no. He said, I had a dream that you had your hand down my throat and you were pulling my guts out. I said, well, you weren't dreaming of what I was doing. You were convulsing and foaming at the mouth and trying to swallow your tongue. So I put a stick in your mouth and I pulled your tongue out from your throat so you could breathe.
Wow.
Just before I sat you up in that chair. He says, oh. And we walk along for a while, and he says, are you sure you're not Satan? I'm positive I'm not Satan. And so we're walking along, and we're going to get to the next liquor store, which is at the other end, like Nootka Court, right?
Yeah.
And so he starts slowing down, right? And so I go back and I start talking to him. Are you okay? And he says, are you sure you're not Satan? he keeps on with this, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna leave you alone, but you have to promise me something. You're not gonna die tonight. He says, I think I'm gonna die if I stay with you. And I says, no. If you stay with me, I will make sure that you're alive in there. He says, then what are you gonna do to me?
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, I left him off, let him wander off down the street. He had an apartment over there. Anyway, I went back to my place and then bodily threw that guy out. His dark arm is like down both sets of stairs. One hand, he's going face first. Hope you have a nice trip.
No kidding, geez.
Yeah. So I don't presume to know anything about mushrooms or
Fair enough, yeah, no. You're good.
I know what chanterelles are, I know
Yeah.
what pine mushrooms,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Don't trip around Luke.
Don't trip around Luke.
Yeah, I can save it. You don't want to die.
Oh, yes.
That's a record, 45 minutes.
45 minutes what?
You're cooking.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
We'll save the record breaking thing for when the song's working.
It wasn't on earlier.
It wasn't.
Yeah, you're not making a great case for your record here.
But it was, no, I'm being honest with you. It wasn't on. I'm telling you the joke. Those elements were out.
Okay.
Yeah.
For like an hour.
Did they just not turn it off though?
Well, no, we asked her to turn it up, and it kicked the other one back on.
Okay.
Or it shuts off.
That would be nice when it's working.
Yeah.
Specifically looking at the corner.
I wonder how long it would take
For what?
for this to actually get going again.
It's going.
No, I mean, no, like, what
You mean
what's
two
regular,
of them?
like- Yeah.
Yeah, the
One of
2 elements.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're expensive. And
Last time it came from Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, we've gone to religion already?
Wishful thinking there. Not quite there yet.
One of my favorite subjects.
How long have you been coming here, Luke?
Since 85.
Got it. I'm Renee, by the way. My second late Katie's of me.
What kind of last name is by the way? Curious. Nationality, whatever.
what is your name?
Alright, I get it. You're pretty
What's your name?
Renee, R-E-N-E.
I'm JD.
JD?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
You just moved here, right?
I mean, no, I've been frequenting like a Squamble rec for like 2 years. They're just sticking me over there, so now I'm like, I'm prepared to love it to know you guys.
Oh, yeah. They got sick of it?
Yeah.
Oh, those guys are like,
They got salt water and everything.
I know. Veterans and stuff, I just talk too much, I think.
Don't worry, there's a few people like that here.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
They're right out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, nice bro.
we circulate to all the different saunas.
Love it. Oh, okay, yeah. You have a regional?
Sorry?
You have a regional last time?
No, not right now. I'm like the
They come much more hot than something like that.
It's way better. I think there's a special thing when everyone's here, like sweating their fucking asses off, basically naked. It's a big equalizer. Then we can have the conversation. It wouldn't be the same online when you come through the room.
Oh, that's actually makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. And if you like are arguing with somebody, you can just see who's last longer in the sauna.
Yeah, you never hear somebody go, I'm gonna kick your ass, bro. No,
Oh,
you never hear
there
that.
has been that.
Yeah,
There
there
was
is.
one guy who went and got some during baseball or something, baseball bat or.
Oh, I
he
was
went
here
and
for
hit-
that.
Where?
I wasn't here, but
Here?
it was a guy, and he was like a big talker, and
Wow.
you know, and I kind of, yeah, he was a bit of a odd guy. And then I went back a week later, and they're like, yeah, apparently he was having a huge fight with somebody.
Yeah.
He went in and got something on a baseball bat or something, brought it, he
Really?
beat the guy up. So he's been kicked out.
That's passion.
No.
Yeah, I was here one time. There was a guy that was
Dude,
I
I wish I was
Remember
that
that guy,
passionate
yeah?
about anything, man. I don't know, you know what I mean?
It was kind of strange.
Oh.
Yeah, imagine being
Remember that guy
passionate
preaching?
about-
I missed out.
Remember that guy that was
It's like
walking
more
back
like
and forth
crazy
preaching?
stuff.
I think that's what I'm talking
And
about.
I made him sit down by just saying, he goes, you must be rich. And I said, yeah, I am. I'm full of love. I brought out the L word, and he didn't know what to do.
Big brain move.
He was like pouting over there. Some guy beat up some guy at the Crystal Sauna because they disagreed on religion.
Oh, yeah, well,
I heard that song can get shaky, and it's like very dude heavy. That's what everyone said.
It's kind of small too.
I've never been there.
It's very like thin.
Small and
It's like thin.
level.
There's no walk. Like
Yeah,
you
all
can't.
thin and long.
We're not on a date with someone, she's like, I'm scared to go in there. It's just too many products.
I heard they're redoing the Crystal Room.
Yeah, they're in maintenance right now until January, right?
Well, I thought
Oh, I
they were
heard
gonna
that,
tear
that's why
it
some people
down.
would come here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Are they gonna tear it down?
Oh, are they?
I think they put a kibosh on that.
Oh.
Yeah, cause like that pool is huge. I don't think they can renovate that type of,
Probably.
like, that's huge.
I think it's just whatever, maybe they decided to spend the money on bike lanes,
Yeah.
finish Big High, that would cost about
All those little things.
$8 million
Those little
more,
markers.
right?
She knows what's up.
You know those little markers on the bike
Yeah.
lanes now?
Yeah.
I'm like, they're popping up everywhere.
Markers.
They're like, they come out of the ground, like, and it
Oh, yeah.
separates the bike lane from the truck.
Oh my
I
god.
can't stand those things.
Oh, those red things?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot harder.
I was looking this way, and my car went this way. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, you have self-driving?
No.
Oh.
I drive by
Yeah,
myself.
I drive
Oh,
myself.
okay. Oh, sorry.
Not there's a place in Florida that actually has a whole community like that.
Well, FSD beta just came out last week, so
Yeah,
those are driving better.
it's like all the cars are self-driving, it's a full community, it's crazy.
Or a shocker.
It would have been great when my kids were little. They drive themselves to the pool, to soccer.
Yeah. It's really George.
Program it.
It's really George Jetson like weird.
Right now, all Teslas can like drive themselves, like make turns, like go from here to like Costco.
That's why they have no fault insurance, right?
Yeah, that would be interesting. I wonder what happens with the insurance.
Well, no fault insurance is so that way everyone takes the blame. It's now percentages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone got fault.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So you gotta have collision. Yeah, and you gotta have both.
That's weird.
My dad hit a cop. He hit a. He went to take pictures, and he actually hit a car, and the car he didn't even feel it really, right? And he kept driving, and then the cop was undercover, so he followed him, right? And then he walks up to my dad's car, shows his badge, says, "Get out of the car." And he has this big rant, right? And my dad's like, he's fine, and he wasn't just like playing stupid, right? Like I didn't, you know, I'm 76 years old. I didn't hear anything. Like, what's your trip? And this guy got nose to nose and just called my dad a liar.
No.
Yeah, like liar.
Ew.
And started to try to. He didn't, but he tried to intimidate him, right? And my dad's been around the block, right? And so he says whatever. And then another car comes, and they go powwow for like, you know, 25 minutes. My dad has to go pee. He's old, right? He's sitting here going, I gotta go pee.
I don't like the way the story goes.
And but anyways, at the end of it, I guess they went their separate ways, and he had collision. So all he just pays his deductible, right? No harm, no foul, right? This guy's ego was damaged a little bit, and I don't know. It's just the intimidation factor. I didn't like that. Like I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, like I'm glad it was my dad because he's good with that. Like he's dealt with that his whole life, right? With work, so it's not really an issue. But
Yeah.
short little
Good thing we
guy.
have body cams now.
Well, yeah, he's off duty.
I don't know.
Off duty guy, right? So.
Then there's the Sauna police a month or two ago. He opened up his door and put the lights on.
And put what?
Like a guy on his light was coming down, and
He opened his door?
Yeah, he didn't notice. Frickin'
Oh.
the T-bone. License road.
Yeah, that could happen to pretty much anybody nowadays.
I read that on like double checking laws, especially at night, because not all lights will have like a license stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous now, right?
The GPS.
Yeah. I just have to
Whatever,
run
like
it
the,
not that
yeah,
long ago.
the
And I was like,
Google Maps.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they
I'm
show
like,
you.
there's so many bicyclists here in town, right? So I just go, like, good thing they actually lower the
Wait, it's a
speed
little
limit,
bit better. I found it
because
was
you kind of need to
easier
almost
to
do
cover.
30.
Yeah,
Years
I know.
ago,
Driving here, it
you know,
seemed
with the
like I had to go a little bit slower
Really
tonight because of the rain. You know,
They cost me.
the fresh oil.
I drive miserably slow all the time.
Yeah.
Miserably slow.
It's hard in my
And like the other day, I was coming out of the Hillside Mall parking lot.
Yeah.
Coming out away from Thrifty, right?
And it's more in the
Hillside.
city. Like,
And
that's
I'm
where it gets
coming
kind of
around the
a bit
corner,
more
like
scary.
creeping
The
along
happy, not
just
so much.
like
But
that.
it's
Wow.
in the city when people
And
go
just
like
as I get
London,
around,
narrow
this
streets, and,
woman
you know, that's
stops on her bicycle and goes, and I'm going, oh, excuse me, I didn't see you, wait a minute, where are your lights anyway?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you're wearing
Oh, yes, I know.
dark brown.
Yeah.
And you got a black bicycle.
I hit a
That's not shiny.
Yeah.
That's where
When I was
you know, the
24,
nice fast cars, you go up there.
I had a big
You know?
kick-ass Jeep, right? tires. Like it was my ego, like you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But
You were just
I was
discussing
motoring
ego.
down Shelburne.
All you needed was a badge and a gun.
Yeah, and but I was motoring down Shelburne on the inside lane,
I feel like I'm part
and a
of it.
motorbike just before Bay Street
Yeah.
decided to turn, like stop and
I like it. I mean, I
sneak
might
in between the traffic.
work a little bit
It
more.
was a black bike. Sneak in between, I went boom right into him. Sent him flying into the house next, like adjacent, right? Turned out it was my high school buddy.
I know, for since they're little, but now they're older.
Oh, I felt
Now I can
so
sense that.
horrible.
Now, with like all like the Teslas and stuff, you just hit a button, it goes boop, and it saves the hard drive. And next, like when you get one into that, you can pop up like a 60-second clip, and you can review all the angles of what's going on. And
With what?
You can kind of save your blood. It's called Century Mode.
What is that?
It's built-in thing where it's like a security system in your car with a Tesla app, and it does a 1 hour
Yeah,
constant
times are
recording.
really fast.
Oh.
You just press the little
No,
button,
that,
and
but
a
you don't
screenshot
know
a
which
60-second
one's
blurb
the
of
kids or
like,
the mom.
there's
How
maybe
kind
a
of it,
potential
they
incident.
move out, she
I
starts
have
crying.
a 180 view in the front and a 180 view. I don't have a dash cam. It's built in.
You have a Subaru?
I have a BMW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I have a 180 in the back, and even when my car's off, the camera still works.
I mean, you almost need that like nowadays, right?
I didn't know.
He's very, very bad.
I was like, oh, bonus.
So I just bought this USB-C to USB-A.
Yeah.
So now I can plug it into my phone. Take my USB from my car, plug it into my phone, and upload the video.
Yeah.
It's easy,
And
right?
all I do is I put it away for him.
Yeah, I can
So
do
it's
I can do
there.
that. I can watch
Because
movies.
when it's time for him, to go into my car fix, he has no
I see a sick,
It's good for the ferry
He
line.
doesn't know that I'm putting it away.
Yeah, fair.
It's
Yeah.
there in an account and,
Yeah.
you know, if he, you know, if he.
I went by there was a police lady who was trying to catch speeders on the Pat Bay, and she was on the ramp to the highway off of Quadra, right? And I just got my car, so it has the paddles. So I was like, come on, and beep beep, like just going right past her. And she still has her camera pointed down Pat Bay. She didn't care. She wasn't. It was crazy. It's crazy though. It's like 0 to 100K in like 3 seconds.
I've heard of it.
Huh?
I saw this M2 the other day.
No, mine's an 8-speed.
You have an M3?
335i twin turbo.
Oh, so it's like,
Nice.
Yeah, it's really fast. Like it's dangerous.
they're going like 40 feet now, people, aren't they? Like, they're gonna be big, right?
New it was 70 in 2012,
Your
and then
favorite car.
now used you could probably sell it for 35.
Nice.
He has a little cute Volkswagen right now.
It's fun.
But,
I just thought I'd get something before and if I go like you know wheelchair.
You were talking about that dash cam thing.
Yeah.
You push a little button. Well, in the truck I was driving across country, across 48 states in western Canada,
You can trade in
They
your
have
BMW for like
they have they have a little button. There's a panic button, right? And you push this panic button, and it saves everything that happened in front of the truck
Yeah.
15 minutes before to continue 15 minutes after.
Right on.
So I was driving on I-70, coming out of Grand Junction, Colorado.
I know. Yeah.
Towards Denver.
Yeah.
And it was like sunny.
You know?
And pretty soon it started raining, and pretty soon it started snowing. And by the time I got to the Colorado River, everything was frozen. These people that had just passed me by, like, hey, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I'm just
These people that have passed me by, and I had slowed down as soon as it started snowing.
Yeah.
And all these people that I had just passed are now passing me, and they're flipping me the bird, and they're like, yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
I'm the slowest driver.
And then,
Yes.
I got up to, close to this overpass over the Colorado, this bridge over the Colorado River.
Yeah.
And, right on the other side of it, this car with a trailer, jacked me.
Oh.
So now everybody is stopped. Now I'm trying to stop it. I'm on the bridge. Bridge is frozen.
Yeah.
Right? And so it isn't stopping real fast. I was doing like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's like some of those pileups are nuts.
And so I moved over and I was in the lane where I knew that I wouldn't hit anything.
Wow.
Right? And then this little white truck decides to leave the lane that it's in and pull in front of me. Cuts bad, everything now.
Wow.
So yeah, that saved my ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it showed exactly what happened.
It's I'll drive really slow, and when somebody tailgates me through a construction zone, I go slower.
Yeah.
You know what I do? Blinker on, 4 ways, wait 15-30 seconds,
Yeah.
peace, free.
Yeah.
It's like class 1, 20 years experience.
Yeah.
Like on the road, 4 provinces, you know, lease road, turn crane operator. Man, 30 seconds pull over and just get breathing. I even like close my eyes and like lights down sometimes.
Yeah.
And like a reset. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Driving's hard. Like when you have to. It's hard.
it's a lot of close calls. See some wild shit.
Yeah, we drove across the across Canada once. That was fun.
Yeah, bro. Luke, JD. Peace.
See you later.
Sauna just said he's so fucked. Also, turned out that the conversation of Sauna turned around. Throat a little clogged.
So much cooler in here.
I know, right? What a beautiful man. JD, aka Angel. Nose clogged, back of throat, like really dry, hurts. Lungs, not up top, down all the way down to the middle, and my heart hurts. Breathing in, there's pressure in my lungs. I'm almost thinking about buying another mask just to take it to sauna. One of the best things about the sauna is afterwards, my shampoo, body wash, goes on so amazing. It's hard to explain. It's like silk, man. I'm talking about my backpack. Sorry.
I do the same. That's the funniest thing you could have said, bro. Seems like my phone's my only friend right now. My phone and Twitter. At least there's no perfumes or anything in the shower zone. It's slow and steady enough. Maybe that's why Luke kept on going in that. Sucks to be me. Oh god, someone in the shower. I got you in the road. Backpack zip and then blowing up the nose. Possible intimidation. Possible bioweapon. Nothing compared to Saskatoon now. Baby shit compared to that. Yeah. Bro had a bunch of tattoos, my age, under 6 foot, no blowing of the nose. Possible firefighter.